a big moment for the military community in Fayetteville today as dozens of top officials gathered to mark the name change that happened there from Fort Liberty back to Fort Bragg. Akila Davis was also there and has more on the pomp and circumstance from that ceremony.
Now, things are now official here on post. We're in front of the 18th Airborne Corps headquarters, and this sign is the first of many that will be changed on post. The redesignation ceremony on Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
For wherever we go, you will always know that the Army goes rolling along.
One of the largest military installations and one military leaders call the lifeblood of our region.
When the nation needs to project power on short notice, the first call comes to Fort Bragg.
18th Airborne Corps Commanding General and Senior Mission Commander, Lieutenant General Gregory Anderson, on Fort Bragg's culture of toughness and ability to warfight. This as the installation is officially renamed in honor of Private First Class Roland L. Bragg, a Webster, Maine native.
He was a very humble person. He wasn't one to show off, and just tell everybody everything he's done.
His granddaughters told me it's been 26 years since they said goodbye to him. Private First Class Bragg enlisted in the U.S. Army in July of 1943, earning several medals, including the Purple Heart, for sustaining wounds during the Battle of the Bulge. When he retired, he became a mechanic, teaching his grandchildren how to be self-sufficient.
Grandpa taught me how to change my oil in my car and how to change a tire, so at least I know how to do that.
Bragg's family sat proudly in the front row at the redesignation ceremony, but there was concern early on.
I try not to get into even political discussions on social media and things like that, so then it was kind of like, oh, we're kind of being thrust, our family being thrust into maybe something that could be divisive.
In 1918, Fort Bragg was officially named after Confederate General Braxton Bragg, a West Point graduate and slave owner, but renamed in June of 2023 to Fort Liberty after one of America's core values. Something that didn't sit well with many, including veterans living in Fayetteville.
I understand it offended some people. I just don't agree with their feelings, but everybody's got their own.
You have people out there say it would always be Fort Bragg to me. It'll always be Fort Bragg.
Fort Bragg's commanding general says it's been over 80 years since Private First Class Roland Bragg trained on Fort Bragg. Since then, hundreds of warfighters have passed through here, and he says many more will continue to answer the nation's call from the center of the military universe.
Fort Bragg is a place where ordinary people transform into heroes. Ordinary people like Private First Class Roland L. Bragg.
And Fort Bragg officials tell me all the signs across the installation will be changed by the end of March. I'm on Fort Bragg. Akila Davis, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.